So I'm going to tell you guys a story about the first play I was ever in, which is coincidentally the worst play I've ever been in. It was 8th grade year in Newark Middle School. My sister just convinced me to join and do theater and stuff. And I auditioned for the play that was going on. It was called The Jelly Bean Conspiracy. The Jelly Bean Conspiracy, for those of you who don't know, which I'm guessing is everybody, is a play about a mentally challenged boy and his sister. And it's about his sister coming to terms with the fact that she has a mentally challenged brother and how hard her life will be and stuff. Why it's called The Jelly Bean Conspiracy, I can't remember Jelly being in it once at all, or even being mentioned. But I got in. That's the important part. You guys are probably thinking right now, like, oh, Chris, you just got the part of the mentally challenged boy, and you were really offensive about it, and it's so funny, haha. No. Happened to me was way worse, okay? So our director at the time thought it'd be too offensive to have a middle school child try to act like a mentally disabled person. So he went to the special ed class, and he got a mentally disabled person. And he put him in the play, whether he wanted to be or not. And let me tell you, he did not. Whew. Okay, his name was Noah, for those of you who are curious. He was about yay high, he was kind of chubby, had cross-eyed and an underbite. And every single rehearsal and performance night, he would always just express his need and want for not being there by like throwing props or just breaking character. Noah didn't give a shit, he just did what he wanted. And my part in the play was to follow Noah around on stage, wherever he went, and then repeat every single line of dialogue after he said it, because you couldn't understand him, for obvious reasons. Am I being too harsh? No. And I had a character though, but Noah's character in the play had this little niche, like an OCD thing that he had to do, like every second of every day. And the thing was, he'd listen to Garth Brooks on a portable CD player every day. You guys know who Garth Brooks is, right? Yeah. The weird, obscure country star that's too obscure for middle school students to understand who he is. But that's what he was. He was obsessed, and he loved Garth Brooks so much that you could say Garth Brooks was his spirit animal. And it's kind of like I'm a spirit animal, though, because I'm following him around on stage and nobody's acknowledging me. So I was Garth Brooks, you guys. I was Garth Brooks, being a human subtitle machine. I had the full get-up with like the cowboy boots, the weird western shirt with the design right here, whatever that is, the cowboy hat, and I had a no-stringed guitar strapped around my back the entire play. I never once tried to play it, but it was there. And the worst thing I took away from this was on our second performance night. We're performing for the entire school, so every student is there and like most of the faculty. And we get to this scene that's like kind of quieter and slower, where me and Noah's sister in the play are tucking him into bed, and everything's fine. And then Noah just gets this great idea in his head, like, oh man, you know what'd be like great, like just the tits, like, is if I let out the biggest, worst, loudest fart in the entire world at the most quiet moment of the play in this scene. And that's exactly what he did. And so he let it rip, just no fear, and everyone in the audience, being that they're kids, they all started laughing at it. And then Noah's laughing too, because he made him laugh, he feels accomplished, he's having a good time. Audience is having a good time, Noah's having a good time, me and the other actor, not having a good time. Different time. We're at ground zero for the fart, like we're in the thick.
Oh my god!
It's the worst, okay? And I look at her, and I can tell we both have the same thought at the same time, that we can't break character, but if we stay here, we're gonna die. And as I'm looking at her, I start to like get kind of blurry in my eyes, and I realize that my eyes are like watering and starting to swell up because it smells so bad. And eventually we get through the scene, and it gets to blackout. Start of a scene change, we start to exit. And as I'm exiting, Noah fucking tripped me. And it wasn't like a oops, oh sorry. It was like a boom, like out there, like boom, like intentional. Like I asked him, like, hey Noah, did you shave your legs this morning? And he was like, oh, did I? Boom. Okay? So it's pitch black. I can barely half see because of the water in my eyes. I'm walking, trying to get off stage. Noah, boom, he booms me. And I trip, I start to fall. And as I'm falling, I think, I should land on my back. Because that'll feel better, right? And so I turn midair, and I land on my back. But then I'm harshly reminded that I have a no-string guitar strapped to my fucking back the entire play. So I land, I hit the ground, and then I collapse the body of the guitar as I hit the ground. And the person in the back didn't realize or didn't hear what was going on, because they just went lights up, like normal. And so there I am, alone on the stage, laying on top of a broken guitar. It looks like I'm crying, I'm still in the middle of the worst fart I've ever smelled in my life, and I'm staring face to face with every single student in the school. I'm frozen. I don't know what to say, because you never know what to say in the worst moment of your life as it's happening. And so after what feels like an eternity passes, some kid in the back goes, "Hey, let's go, Billy Ray Cyrus." And I'm like, that's not even my character. But by that point, everyone had started laughing at me, so they couldn't hear me. And so I just get up and I run off stage, and 6 years later, here I am. So yeah, that's my story.